Hi everyone, welcome to the first class of simple interest and compound interest. Okay, so simple interest and compound interest, a very important topic of arithmetic. Okay, so start here. So what's the difference between SI and CI? SI is simple interest, CI compound interest. Okay, so difference between SI and CI is suppose I have taken rupees 100 loan. Okay, I have taken rupees 100 loan from a bank. Okay, at 20% interest. So I've taken a loan from bank at 20% interest of rupees 100 rupees. So what will happen? After 1 year, bank will charge 20% from me, right? That means I am entitled to pay 120 rupees to the bank after 1 year. I have to pay 120 to the bank. Okay. If it doesn't pay at the end of first year, again at the second year, again 20% interest will be charged on the 100 rupees. Okay. I have to pay 140 now. Again 20 rupees more. So at the second year, if I have to clear my loan, I have to pay 140 rupees. For third year, again 20 rupees will be charged. That means now 160 for third year. Okay. And this series will go on. This series will go on. Okay. CI for compound interest. Same loan of 100 rupees. Okay. At 20% will become 120 after 1 year. Okay. Now in CI, every year interest is not same. In SI, every year 100 interest is same, right? You could see here 20 rupees, 20 rupees, 20 rupees, but here it is not same. Here, interest of previous year is also added. Okay, so this is a major difference between CI and SI. Okay, in SI, if nothing is mentioned, okay, if all other criteria are same, then interest is fixed. Interest is fixed. In CI, interest on interest is charged. Interest on interest is charged in CI. That means if it is 120 rupees, another, now in SI it has to become 140 at least, right? 140 for sure. Plus interest on interest. So interest of 20 rupees is 140 plus interest on interest. So interest of first year was how much? 20 rupees. So interest of first year was 20 rupees. Now 20% of 20, that is 4 rupees. 20% of 20, that is 4. So 4 rupees is extra charged here. It becomes what? It becomes 144. Okay. This is the breakup of 144, right? Now you can directly see. You can directly do it, right? You can see, okay, interest on previous year, interest is charged. That means interest on 120, interest on 100 plus interest on 20 rupees. So I can directly say that is interest on 120. That means 120 is my new principal. So 120 new principal amount, right? 120 will increase by again 20%. It will directly yield to 144. It will directly give 144, right? So this is a new principal amount, right? The principal amount. Okay. What is the principal amount here? 100 rupees. So you're taking loan from bank of 100 rupees. That is the principal amount. 20% interest, 120 rupees. Again 20%. So now in SI, 20% is charged on fixed 100 rupees, right? If it is not changed, so it is charged on 100 rupees. Okay. In CI, 20% will be charged in every year in subsequent amount, like from first year on 100, second year on 120, third year on 144. For third year, 144 is my new principal amount, right? Again 20% increase. Again 20% increase. So 10% 14.4, 20% 28.8. So number becomes what? Number becomes 172.8. Number becomes 172.8. So in CI, if I have to pay at the end of first year, it is quite same as SI, 120, 120. But if I have to pay the loan at the end of second year, then I'm in loss. In SI, in SI, I have to pay 140. In CI, I have to pay how much? 144. In SI, at the end of third year, I need to pay 160. In CI, I need to pay how much? 172.8. Okay, so that gap is increasing now. 120, 120 same. 140, 144, more gap. 160, 172.8, more gap, right? That gap is now increasing in SI and CI, right? So this is a major difference between SI and CI. Okay, major difference between SI and CI. So in CI, I can write In CI, every subsequent year principal changes. So 100 becomes 120, this is a new principal. 120 becomes 144, this is a new principal. It goes on, right? It goes on. Okay, so now see here. Now in CI, suppose a sum doubles itself in every 8 years. What will happen? Let's start with 100. So 100 rupees will double. It will become 200 in next 8 years. Okay. Now this T200 is the new principal for me. Is the new principal, right? Now it will get doubled. It will become 400 in next 8 years. Now this 400 is the new principal for me. Okay. Then it becomes 800 in the next 8 years, right? This is a new principal. It goes on. Right. This is a new principal. So this is what happens in CI. Okay. In every 8 years. So you can see here, after 8 plus 8 plus 8 plus 8, 32 years. Okay. So after 32 years, 100 becomes 16 times of itself. 100 becomes 16 times of itself after the end of 32 years. Okay, 100 becomes 16 times of itself. Okay, if in CI amount doubles in every 8 years. If in CI amount doubles in every 8 years, this is what it will happen. Okay, this is a concept. Okay, so now let's do a problem here for SI. Okay, amount gives an interest of rupees 8400 in 3 years at SI. Okay, in 3 years at SI, and same amount. Okay, so what is the SI for 1 year? What is the SI for 1 year? This is an easy question, right? So I know that in SI every year interest is fixed, right? If nothing is changed, if parameters are not changed, in SI interest is fixed. That means 100 in every, if the rate of interest is 20%, every year it will increase by 20, 120, then 140 at the end of second year, then 160 at the end of third year. It will go like this. Okay, so if suppose this question was here, if amount gives an interest of rupees 60 in 3 years, then I can directly say that if it is 60 in 3 years, then therefore it is 20 rupees in 1 year. Interest is 20 rupees in 1 year. I can directly say it right here also. If 8400 is the interest in 3 years. Okay, so in 1 year interest is how much? In 1 year interest is how much? 8400 by 3. That is rupees 2800. So in 1 year interest is how much? Rupees 2800. Okay, so this is what happens in SI, right? Interest is fixed. Okay, so an amount becomes rupees 7842 in 5 years at SI, and same amount becomes 8282 becomes rupees 8282 in 8 years at SI at same rate of interest. at same rate of interest. Okay, find the principal amount. Find the principal. This is a question, right? An amount becomes rupees 7842 in 5 years at SI, and the same amount becomes rupees 8282 in 8 years at SI. Make it 8262, right? Data will not be cancelled, so it will not be good. 8262, make it 8262. 8262. So what is the answer? Quickly you can find 8262. So amount becomes 7 an amount, right? There's some principal, okay? There's some principal amount. So funda is basically when there is some kind of principal amount, some interest is added and it becomes amount, right? Amount. What is amount? Principal plus interest. Okay. So now principal becomes an amount of rupees 7842 in 5 years. Okay. And same principal to amount it becomes 8262 in 8 years. In 8 years at SI at the same rate of interest. So I know that in simple interest is fixed. Okay. So I can take the difference here. What is the difference here? So difference is rupees 420 is the difference in 3 years. That means SI for 3 years is rupees 420. Therefore, SI for 1 year is how much? Rupees 420 by 3. That is 140. Okay. So now what I can do? I can subtract any amount in the principal. I can calculate SI for 5 year or I can calculate SI for 8 year. Okay. So let's calculate. Therefore, SI for 5 years will be how much? 140 into 5, that is 700. So you can see here principal after amount after 5 years is 7842, and in that interest is how much? 700. A principal, some interest is added in principal, and that amount after 5 years is what? 7842. Okay. And what is SI? SI is 700. Interest is 700 in that. So amount becomes 7842 with 700 interest. 700 interest, right? So what is principal? 7842 minus 700. That is 7142. So rupees 7142 is the answer for this question. Okay. Anyway, principal is what? Amount minus interest. Logically also we can see, okay, that an amount becomes 7842 after 5 years. Amount becomes 7842 after 5 years. Okay. Including 700 interest. So without interest, what is the principal? 7142. That is the answer for this question. I hope it is fine. Yeah. Okay. Next one. A sum doubles itself at SI in every 7 years. In how many years it will be 13 times of itself? In how many years it will be 13 times of itself? So again, quick thinking required, not much formula, quick thinking required. Okay, a sum doubles itself at SI in every 7 years. That basically means that a sum of 100 becomes 200 in 7 years. Okay, so how much interest I got? So in SI, interest is fixed. So I'm getting fixed interest of rupees 100 in 7 years. Okay, that means in every 7 years, I'll get 100 rupees as the fixed interest from the bank, right? I deposited 100 in bank. In 7 years, it becomes how much? 200, right? That means in 7 years, bank has given me an interest of how much? 100 rupees. So bank has given me an interest of 100 rupees such that 100 plus 100 becomes 200. 100 plus 100 becomes 200, right? So amount has to becomes from 100 to 1300. Okay. How much increment I want? So I want bank to give me interest of 1200 rupees. So interest of 1200 rupees in how many years? So 100 rupees in every 7 years. So 1200 rupees in how many years? 12 into 7. That is 84 years. So 84 years the answer for this question, right? You can just do without paper and pen. A sum doubles itself in every at SI in every 7 years, right? That means 100 becomes 200 in 7 years. So increment of 100 I got in 7 years. Increment of 100 in 7 years, right? So bank is giving me an interest of 100 rupees in 7 years. Okay. So if amount has to become from 100 to 1300, that means bank has to give me an interest of how much? 1200. So bank will give me interest of 1200 in how many years? If it has given 100 rupees in every 7 years. So 1200 in how many years? 12 into 7, 84 years. 84 years is the answer for this question. 84 years. Correct. Okay. Now in this question, you can also find the rate percent. You can also find the rate percent per annum. What is rate percent per annum? At what rate the sum interest is charged? Okay. So if you're taking bank loan from the bank, so if you have 100 rupees a loan taken, 100 rupees, okay, 10% is the interest charge, let's say. Or housing loan is how much? These days, what is housing loan? 9%, but that is compound interest, not simple interest. Car loan is how much? Around 9%. That is compound interest, not simple interest, right? So what is rate percent per annum here? I can simply say that bank is rate percent per annum means what? Per year. What is percent? Percent means per 100, annum means per year. Okay. So 100 becomes 200 in 7 years. That means every year I am getting an amount of how much? 100 by 7. Okay, what is 100 by 7? 14.28. Okay, so on 100 rupees, I am getting 14.28 rupees as interest. On 100 rupees, every year, I am getting 14.28 rupees at the interest. Okay, so what is the rate percent per annum? So rate percent per annum is how much? 14.28%. 14.28% is the answer for this question. Correct? Okay, next one. Next one, sum triples itself. Sum triples itself in every 12 years at SI. In how many years it will be? 12 times of itself. 12 times in how many years? Okay, 12 times in how many years? This is the question. Again, same thing we'll do. A sum triples itself in every 12 years. So a sum of 100, it becomes 300. Okay, in every 12 years. That means bank is giving me, if it is SI, so interest is fixed. So bank is giving me fixed interest of rupees 200 in every 12 years. So bank is giving me fixed interest of rupees 200 in every 12 years. Okay. So sum triples itself in every 12 years. In how many years? It will be 12 times. So I want that amount to become from 100 to 1200. Okay. So 100 to 1200, 100 in how many years? So I want to bank to give me interest of 1100 rupees. Okay. So bank is giving me 200 in every 12 years. That means 100 in every 6 years. So bank is giving me 100 rupees in every 6 years. That means 1100 in how many years? 11 into 6. That is 66 years. So 66 years is the answer for this question. Okay. 66 years is the answer for this question. It's correct, I find. Fine. Okay. Next question. A sum triples itself at compound interest. A sum triples itself at compound interest. In how many years it will be 81 times of itself? I mean, how many years it will be 81 times of itself? Can you solve it? Right, easily we can do it. A sum triples itself at CI. In how many years it will be 81 times of itself? So let's just start with 100 now. In CI it becomes 300. Okay, sorry, a sum triples itself at CI. In you can write in every. Okay, in every 15 years. Okay, a sum triples itself at CI in every 15 years. In how many years it will be 81 times of itself? So 100 becomes 300 in 15 years. Now, in CI, principal changes every year subsequently, right? So after 15 years, there is a new principal. Now this will get tripled. It becomes 900 in another 15 years, right? There is a new principal. In CI, every year principal changes, right? So obviously in every 15 years, principal will change. This 900 becomes what? It becomes 2700. Okay, in another 15 years. And similarly, this is my new principal. This 2700 becomes how much? It becomes 8100 in another 15 years. So this is 81 times, right? This is 100 becomes 8100. 81 times of itself. In how many years? 15 plus 15, 30 plus 15, 45 plus 14, 15, 60. So 60 years is the answer for this question. 60 years is the answer for this question. Okay, I hope it is clear, this part, right? So we started from the basic level and we'll go up to the most difficult questions and most unique concept of SI and CI in the next videos. Okay, thank you for watching.